All right, guys, today I will be filling out my 2021 NCAA baseball tournament bracket. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm a bit of a college basketball nerd, but I love college baseball almost just as well. And so I'll be making my picks. And we're going to start up with the number one overall seed, the Arkansas Razorbacks. They will definitely be coming out of this region, sweeping 3-0, and Nebraska will fall short. That'll be fun, though. Dave Van Horn gets to go against his old team that he took to a College World Series, or a few at least, I think. But yeah. So down here to the Ruston region, we could get a potential rematch of Arkansas Louisiana Tech, which was a great series, which Arkansas won, of course. But I don't think we'll be getting that because I'm going with NC State to win this region. They've won 14 of their last 18. They've played a tougher schedule, and I think they'll be ready for this. They're hot coming into the tournament, and Louisiana Tech will be the runner-up. I don't really care about the runner-up very much, but, I mean, I have to pick it, so. Down here, Stanford, UC Irvine, Nevada, North Dakota State. And let me tell you, Stanford, they always be choking, bro. They always are choking away. In UC Irvine, there's always these small West Coast schools that are so cracked at baseball. And I think that's what I'm going with here. I'm going to go with UC Irvine to beat out Stanford in their own regional. Down to the Lubbock Regional, this one's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go Texas Tech, and North Carolina will be the runners-up. Texas Tech has been incredible in past years, especially when it comes to the postseason. 2 years ago, last tournament, that Texas Tech Oklahoma State Super Regional was one of the best Super Regionals I've ever watched. And a lot of people are going to pick UCLA here. I say it every year. UCLA is overrated every single year, bro. The Pac-12 is overrated. You'll see that as a common theme in this video. I do not like the Pac-12 at all. I think they're very overrated baseball conference, and they just get a lot of hype because of California schools like UCLA. UCLA was preseason number 2, never bought into them, and look where they are. Although they have been playing well as of late, so they could make me eat my words. But anyways, down to the Tuscan region, and Arizona is actually a team I like in the Pac-12, but they just get a tough draw here with Oklahoma State. I really like Oklahoma State, and I'm actually going to go with UC Santa Barbara to be the runner-up in this region. But yeah, Arizona got screwed over here. Oklahoma State is a tough 2 seed. I'm an Arkansas fan. I'll just go ahead and make it a disclaimer. And I was very happy to see that Oklahoma State was not going to be headed down to Fayetteville. All right. This is by far the most loaded regional in my opinion, I think. We'll see later, but I think this is a very loaded regional. This in the Eugene. This is going to be a tough one. Southern Miss is a really good team. And then Florida State is a 3 seed. That's just not fair. I don't think Florida State is what they used to be, but I don't know. I hate Ole Miss. I'm glad Arkansas beat them three out of 4 times this year. I want to go Southern Miss here, but I think I'm going to go with Ole Miss. And I'll have Southern Miss runner-up. I think it'll be they'll push it to a Game 7 for sure. All right. The East Carolina Regional. This is kind of a buns regional. There's nobody that really stands out. I think East Carolina got a good draw here, and they're gonna get through. And Maryland will fall short. Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech, who was preseason pretty solid team. And then Indiana State, who I've seen a few years, like the past 2 years, I think they've been in the tournament, and they always have a solid team. But I think Vanderbilt is just too much with Rocker and Leiter, although, you know, Leiter has not been what he was at the start of the year. He's still going to shut down. I'll say Indiana State runner-up. I think Georgia Tech is just not – they've been very disappointing this year, I feel like. One of my friends who goes Georgia Tech, after 2 weeks, was like, man, if Arkansas played at Georgia Tech in a series Georgia Tech would win, I was like, yeah, all right, buddy. Look where we are now. All right, back up to the top. Texas number 2 overall team. Fairfield is a 3 is just unfair. I thought they were going to be a 2 seed for sure, but they aren't. I still think Texas gets through this. I hate Texas. I'll say Fairfield runner up, but I think Texas gets through at 3-0 pretty easily. And here, Florida, man, this is tough because Florida has had really good stretches. Like, they won a series against Tennessee, who is such a good baseball team. Preseason number 1 team. I mean, I don't know. Miami's always solid. South Alabama isn't bad either. But yeah, I think I go with Florida here anyways, and I'll have Miami runner up. I think that'll go to a Game 7 as well. And by Game 7, I mean Game 7 of the regional. Obviously, they're not playing like a best-of-7 series. Also, sorry for the poor recording quality. I don't have any of that cool screen recording stuff. But anyways. South Bend Regional, Notre Dame, which is really weird to see them go to baseball. And, you know, they're a solid team, though. But I think it's one of those things where, has Notre Dame ever even been, have they ever even been to the NCAA? I mean, I'm sure they have, but I just don't recall them ever being relevant in baseball. And I think that comes back to bite them. And you know what? There's always like a 4 seed that you don't expect, and I think that's what Central Michigan's going to be here. I think they move on this regional, and Michigan will fall short to them. A lot of people are picking Michigan just because of the 2019 run they had, where they almost won. They made it to the World Series finals. But yeah, I mean, Michigan's a solid team. So is Connecticut. That's a pretty good regional. Starkville Regional, I mean, this is a cakewalk. Are you kidding me? VCU, Campbell, Samford, which is a decent 4 seed, and then Mississippi State. Yeah, and I don't even know. We'll just say VCU. I mean, I really don't know anything about those teams, to be honest. All right, but anyways. Yeah, my hands shake a lot, so y'all are going to have to deal with that, I guess. Fort Worth Regional, and this one's tough because I love TCU. I hate Oregon State. They can go die. And then Dallas Baptist, and this is a loaded regional. Dallas Baptist, man, they are tough. And as a 3 seed, man, to have them as a 3 seed, that's rough. Oregon State has obviously historically been really great the past 10, 15 years. Won 3 College World Series. Should be 2, but they've won 3 College World Series in the last 15 years. And I really want to go Dallas Baptist here because they're always that 2 seed that nobody wants to play. And they show why every year. They always do well. But TCU is just probably one of the better. They're probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive team in the country. This is coming from an Arkansas fan. I mean, all their guys just hit. They don't hit the home runs. I mean, they still do hit home runs. But I'll have Dallas Baptist. TCU also has had great success in recent years. Okay, and then the Columbia Regional, which is really weird because Old Dominion is the 1 seed, but they're not hosting. Virginia's a tough 3 seed. South Carolina is a 2 seed. And South Carolina, I think, is going to be a very popular pick here. Just because they're hosting and they're a 2 seed and they played in the SEC. And although I do like South Carolina, this is a offensive ballpark, and you got the home run leading Old Dominion, whatever they are. I don't even know what they are, but I'm going to go Old Dominion. I think Virginia is the runner-up. I think South Carolina kind of craps the bed here. So I like Old Dominion. I don't think a lot of people are picking them, and I like them a lot. Okay. Eugene Regional, this one's tough. CCSU, they're trash. But LSU and Gonzaga. Gonzaga is a solid 2 seed. And then you got LSU, who a lot of people think they shouldn't have been in. But man, it's just all about the storyline. It's like Martin, Florida State's head coach, that was there for 30 years, or no, he was there for like 80 years. He makes it to the College World Series on his last. Palmineri announces retirement before selection Monday. And I think that may be you can't leave Palmineri out of his final run, of his final season. And so just because of that, I think LSU wins this. Yeah, I think LSU wins. I'll have Oregon runner-up. Sorry, Oregon. And then Tennessee, Duke is tough. Duke is tough. I would love to see Duke win, but I like Tennessee. I don't like them, but I like watching them. And then I'll have Duke pushes it to Game 7. Now to the Supers. Okay. And yeah, do we even need to talk about this? No. Arkansas, first team to the College World Series on the bracket at least. UC Irvine, Texas Tech. I would love to see UC Irvine win. I don't want to have to play Texas Tech first round, even though we've already beat them in a bloodbath. That game was awful. But I'm going to have to go Texas Tech, bro. They're too good. It'll be in Lubbock. They've been too good recent years. So, yeah. Oklahoma State going to Swayze Field. It will be rocking. I think Oklahoma State wins the Super Regional in 3 games. That's just a tough 2 seed, man. They're by far, in my opinion, the best 2 seed. Them or, yeah, maybe Southern Miss. I don't know. And then East Carolina, Vanderbilt. And this is where a lot of people have the Super Regional matchup, and everybody's picking Vanderbilt. I think East Carolina finally gets over the hump, man. They've been so good in recent years and just haven't been able to get there. I think this is the year they do it. They shock Vanderbilt. I think they take game 1 from Rocker, and then Leiter shuts them down game 2, and then game 3 is just up in the air, and East Carolina goes and gets the W. So, yeah. All right, Texas, Florida. Ooh, I think Florida could definitely win this. Tommy Mace is a very solid Friday night guy that could get them that game 1. But Texas, they've been good in years past. I think I'm going to have to go Texas here. Central Michigan going into Doobie Noble. Oh, man. Mississippi State is going to sweep them in 2 games. That won't be close. TCU, Old Dominion. Oof. I really think TCU is probably the better team, but yeah, we're going Old Dominion. Come on now. LSU, Tennessee, and this is where the run continues for Palmineri. He's got to go to the College World Series in his last year. I mean, you got to be kidding me. He's definitely going to make it, although Tennessee is very good. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those storylines. Like Palmineri is one of the current legends in baseball, coach from a coaching standpoint. So that brings us our Omaha 8. Arkansas Tech, Oklahoma State, East Carolina, Texas, Mississippi State, Old Dominion, and LSU. And do I need to even talk about this? The undisputed number 1 team in the country, the best team college baseball may have ever seen. 10-0 in SEC series, beat, at the time being number 3 Mississippi State, swept them on the road. 2 out of 3 of Ole Miss on the road. Beat South Carolina on the road. We swept Florida. I mean, who am I forgetting? There's another series that really notable team. We went 3-0 against Tech, Texas, and TCU, all super seeds. I mean, come on, dude. This team is crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then a runner-up. I'll go Oklahoma State. I don't really know. And then out of here. Bro, if Old Dominion made it, that'd be so cool. But that won't happen. It's either going to be Mississippi State or Texas out of this. And I think I'm going to go State. And then I'll have Texas. Actually, no. We're going to go a little chalk here. I'm going to go Texas. Just because this is the dream matchup for me. Arkansas versus Texas. We hate Texas. Old rivals. Texas hadn't beat us in baseball in God knows how long. I mean, we've played each other since the 2018 College World Series when we beat them in round 1. We've played them like 5 more times since, and I think we beat them 4 times. I don't know. They can't beat us, bro. And then Arkansas in 2 games. We're not going to mess around. College World Series champion. Peace out. Woo Pig Suey.